bit of history from a Commodore 64 game that I published around 10 years ago. And for those watching this, you might remember Flimsoft, and that was my label at the time. So in the time, I was a few years into realising how there was a lot of new games coming out on Commodore 64. And since childhood, I just envisioned this picture of myself programming the game. So as time went on, I tried it basic, that type of thing, and I looked a little bit at assembly language, and I couldn't quite get my head around it. I think those number type things, variables, and that type of thing, it's just a bit beyond my abilities. I think with that mathematical type thing, you've either got or you don't, and I certainly don't. So I launched Flimsoft, and I was asking coders at the time to sort of submit games to me in order to publish them. There's a lot of new games coming out. Anyway, I think he was a Swedish man, and his name was Tommy, and he started talking to me on a forum called Lemon64, dedicated Commodore 64 forum. And we spoke in the background, and he said he was working on this game. And anyway, it's pretty much a Space Invaders type clone, and it's good. It's a very basic shoot 'em up. That's all it is. So at the time, my name was kind of getting about. Flimsoft was circulating, and the reason I called it Flimsoft is because I was a massive Flimbo's Quest fan as a kid, and I'm pretty sure it's the first Commodore game I ever played. So much so, I got the Flimbo tattoo, which is pretty cool. And so I also noticed a lot of publishers from the 80s and 90s was ending their names with soft, so I just bought Flimsoft, and it sounded good to me, and other people said it sounded pretty cool as well. So in addition to that, at the time, Retro Gamer magazine got involved, and they did an interview with me, and they asked me loads of questions where I got my inspiration from, that type of thing. And I can't think right now which issue it was of Retro Gamer magazine, but to know my software house had been put in a magazine, a very popular magazine, all around the world, it's just amazing. And at the time, I took a photograph to put in the magazine, and also included me next to my Commodore 64. And it was amazing. And then there was another little retro game type newspaper which also took an interest, called Micro Mart. And they had a little section on there on this Flimsoft publishing house. And anyway, after that, we went on to another game called Little Sara Sister Trilogy. And that was just a trilogy of kind of almost like Great Gianno's Sister games. And I kind of packed up Flimsoft because it was just too much work for me at the time to continue. I was doing everything. I was doing duplications of the file onto disc or cassette. I'd be going to the printers actually in Warmley in Bristol. I found a really decent printing firm who printed my own artwork designs for the cases for the games. So I'd go there every now and again, get a load of printouts on this quality card paper, and so there was that. And then there was sending it out, and I was getting order after order. And it was great, but like I say, at the time I also had a full-time job, and I'm pretty sure another known publisher for C64 games, I won't say a name, but this person also had this trouble. He just found it too much, being a one-man band, and there was a lot going on. So for that reason I just decided to close the website and end Flimsoft, which, well, it's not good. So this is Flimsoft's first release, Alien Bash 2. This is it. So as you can see at the bottom here, it says Flimsoft, which I was just talking about. And there's Tommy's name, and this was actually, 10 years ago, 2012, which sounds about right. So, like I said, it's clearly a Space Invaders clone type game, and it's extremely hard, and people actually at the time, on forums, that type of thing, were commenting saying it's a wonderful game, it looks great, but it's very hard, and it's hard. So Tommy, who programmed this game, he did a lot. He programmed the music for it, programmed all the sprites being the characters on the screen, the aliens, and myself playing. And I think that was Thomas' intention at the time. He was a very gifted programmer for Commodore games, and at some point he actually said he was working on a really unique to C64 Formula 1 racing game, and I don't think he actually got around to finishing that project, but from a demo it looked amazing. It was 3D, and the frame rates and that type of thing he put into it was just incredible. And I'm pretty sure people in the Commodore community at the time said how gifted he was as a programmer. So this is literally my first time playing this for many years, and yeah, like I was just saying, if you look on the screen here, graphics, code and music by Tommy. And yeah, that's about it. So obviously you've got your enemy count on the bottom right, so it tells you how many to kill, how many aliens you need to kill, and when you do manage to get around to the second level, good luck, because it gets much harder in this. So there you go. But by the seams of it, this game is open source today, so you know, feel free to search for it and download it. So anyway, if you're new to C64 modern games, take a look on my other videos. I've got plenty of coming up. One of my big passions in life is my C64 stuff.